Hello, everybody. I'm just going to increase the volume here. Hello, everybody. This is Alia Jamal, the Love Coach. We are meeting for another Love Circle, and today we are talking about how to heal from emotional abuse. This is the first time in 2 years of teaching Love Circle that I am teaching this topic. And the reason it has taken me so long to talk about it, I have been going through my own healing. So what I went through was emotional, a very, very, very emotionally abusive relationship, and especially 5 years were more abusive than any other time. Coming out of that, focusing on my own healing, and coming to a place where I can even share it in a way where I can put it in a step-by-step process. It has taken me that much time. So I am very, very excited to share this with all of you, anyone who's watching, listening, wherever you're watching it, because emotional abuse is a kind of abuse that goes undetected. You would have no idea what hit you, but you would completely lose yourself. So, what we are going to do today, we are going to learn what emotional abuse is, because 99.99% of the people don't even know what emotional abuse is. We do know what physical abuse is. We do know if emotional abuse is of an extreme level, but we don't know when it's just there, chipping away on you a little at a time. We are going to talk about how it impacts you. We are going to talk about how to heal from it. We are going to talk about how to heal from it while you're still living with a person. I completely understand that sometimes you can learn new information and you can recognize that that is what's going on in my own life. But if it's your partner, you're like, I can't just get up and leave. I have to stay here for whatever long time. You might never end up leaving, or you might be able to end up leaving. So I'm going to teach you what to do if you are unable to leave or unable to create that distance. It could be, a close family member who's abusive, but you don't want to cut those ties. And I'm also going to talk about what to do if you have already come out of it and now you recognize, oh my God, that was an emotionally abusive situation. What do I do now? So we are going to cover all of that. And most likely, this call or this training or conversation is going to be longer than usual. So bear with me. I have a lot to cover, and I do want to make sure that whoever is watching, they do understand what's going on. They do get the best help that I can provide you just through this workshop that we are doing over here. So let's start. Now, while you're listening to it, we are not just talking about a husband and a wife or an intimate partner. Pay attention to if you have been the recipient or if you are the abuser yourself. So that is what we have to recognize within ourselves if we really want to heal ourselves emotionally. All the emotional damage that has happened, if we really want to heal it, we have to be very honest. It's very possible that your parent was emotionally abusive towards you and you have been emotionally abusive towards your kids. I recognized it. I am still working on healing that, but I already see the impact of it on my child. Yes, my child is little. We still have time to heal through that, but recognizing that when we have been impacted, we do transfer that impact on others. So pay attention to all the relationships collectively that you've been experiencing. It could be even a friendship, it could be a teacher, it could be a coworker. This is not just tied to your intimate partner. Well, that is the person we are closer to and get impacted the most. So what is emotional abuse? I have my list of notes right here, so I'll be looking on this side. So emotional abuse is when generally somebody is teasing you, You can tell the difference between, like, this person is just teasing me, they love me, and it just comes one in a while, versus when they are teasing you all the time and you want them to stop, but they won't stop. So this happens among siblings a lot. And sometimes even siblings get older, but this thing just lingers. And that is a sign that there's emotional abuse have been present, and now they are doing it to others. As we say, hurt people hurt people. This is exactly the situation. When someone criticizes you, insults you, isolates you, controls you, humiliates you, especially if they are humiliating you in front of everybody else because they want to teach you a lesson. Parenting. We do that as a parent all the time. Let me just talk about it in front of your friends and then I'll see how you feel. That is emotional abuse, my friends. And we have to teach ourselves. We cannot pass that on. Maybe our parents did that to us. Okay, so what emotional abuse, the definition is, it involves non-physical behavior that belittles another person and can include insults, put down, verbal threats, or other tactics that make the victim feel threatened, inferior, ashamed, or degraded. Now, pay attention to your life, where you might be doing it to somebody or where somebody might be doing it to you. And stay very honest. Your mind is going to try to tell you, when we talk about like the impact of it, your mind is going to be like, oh no, it's not that bad. No, not my relationship. No. It's okay. We have our hard days, but most of the time it's pretty good. Take that voice out of here. We don't want that voice here right now. We want to be very honest. This is not end of the world if you discover that you are in an abusive relationship. That is awareness, and knowledge is power. That is when you get to start repairing yourself. And I'll be talking about the 3 different levels you do get impacted. So stay with me. So most of the time, when you do see that somebody is just ridiculing you, they are making fun of you, they are name calling you, they are body shaming you, they are threatening you to leave if you don't do stuff the way they want it to be done, when they um, use their facial expression or body language to show disgust towards you, when they are opposing you in front of others, like they just have to defer in the opinion, whatever opinion you have on a dinner table, they just have to be on the other side of it. And they could be only they could be people who focus on only the defects of other people. They don't even think about, like, okay, everybody has their faults, everybody have good, but they're all the time criticizing other people. So those are some of the telltale sign of somebody who is an abuser. Another thing that shows up is gaslighting. So if you don't know what gaslighting is, that is when a person is telling you, hey, no, you heard it wrong. No, I never did that. You're just crazy. You're just out of your mind. So they start putting the blame on you. And then you start thinking, wait a minute, did I forget? Did I really do it? Are they right? And if it's in a relationship where there's powerful dynamics, you might think like, oh, I'm going crazy. Maybe this person is right. So pay attention to all of that. How somebody might be controlling your behavior. And sometimes it happens in friends. In long-term friendship, we stay in those friendships because, we've been friends for past 20 years and we don't recognize that our friend is controlling us. And when we complain, they just say, hey, you don't, I didn't mean it that way. You just heard it that way. What's wrong with you? Is everything okay with you? So they just put it back on you. So those are all the signs of emotional abuse. And also pay attention, parents who are here, how you interact with your child. Do you make fun of them in front of others? Do you ridicule them in front of others? Do you threaten them? One of the hardest thing to learn for me was stop threatening my child. I was not threatening how some people threaten with like big stuff. It would be just like, you need to finish your food, otherwise you're not getting TV. That in itself is emotional abuse. So what emotional abuse does to a person, it creates um, psychological unsafety. So the person does not feel psychologically safe. For a child, what it would do, it will create a lot of fear, and fear turns into anger. So if a child is very, very angry for no reason, and there's nothing major that is going on in their life, like, there's a move happening, there's parents' divorce happening, nothing major is going on, and they're just getting very angry, that is a sign there's emotional abuse present in the house. That is where we have to be very, very honest with ourselves. And instead of going into guilt, we have to stay with it and try to figure out, where is it? How am I contributing to it? Why am I contributing to it? That's why it's very important as a parent to heal ourselves so we don't pass on the trauma to our kids. So few things that end up happening when we have experienced emotional abuse. So now pay attention to the characteristics that you might have. There could be short term, there could be long term. You might feel like isolating yourself. So a lot of kids who identify an adult, I'm an introvert, and they are just on the extreme side of introvert, they have experienced emotional abuse. The thing is, none of us was born as an introvert or extrovert. We were not born with labels. We are pure love and light, all of us. That is our truth, whether we understand it or we don't understand it. We all were born healed, whole. Then how did we turn into, twisted minded, manipulative, withdrawn people? The stuff that we have experienced, the circumstances and situations we have experienced. So if you're into isolation and loneliness, there has been emotional abuse. Self-doubt is another way it shows up. Confusion, low self-esteem, fear when interacting with other people, uh, avoiding social activities, feeling of powerlessness, hopelessness. Those are all the signs that there has been emotional abuse. And I am speaking from experience. I lived every single one of them. Confusion, the most. And every single one of them. My self esteem was so low that I don't think so there's anything lower than that. It was that low. But I built everything back up to a point where I can sit here and I can share this with you guys. So I know you can do it too. So look at what are the long term impact of uh, being in an emotionally abusive relationship. So it could be mental health conditions. So it could be like, it can become extreme depression. It can become extreme anxiety. It can become panic attack, neurosis. It can really get completely out of control depending on how long you were exposed to that abuse and how bad the abuse was. Because definitely there's various degrees of emotional abuse as well. There could be a lot of low emotion. There could be a lot of explosive emotions like anger. So generally, people who have extreme anger issues, they have experienced emotional abuse that is still left unhealed. Again, remember, this is something we can heal. There could be chronic stress. If you feel stressed all the time, you feel so much pressured all the time, that is also a sign, a long-term sign that you have experienced emotional abuse in the past. There could be chronic body aches. you would be like, I'm just tired all the time. And what I'm going to share next, you're going to understand why these things exist within you. There could be attachment challenges. You might feel so attached to someone that you feel like if they left, you would die. I have been there myself. I thought, how would I ever live if I leave this marriage? That's exactly what I thought. People who were outside of me, they did not understand what is wrong with me. Why wouldn't I move out of here? Why wouldn't I leave? But being inside, I had no idea how to do that. But no one else could understand it. And it has taken me a long time to understand why I felt the way I felt. Because that level of helplessness, I wanted to figure out why I felt this way because I know we are very powerful beings. I knew that truth. Then why my power was not with me? Because when you're psychology, the the structure of your physical brain has been changed, you have no idea what's wrong with you. You just keep thinking that what's wrong with me? Why can't I do it? Why can't I push myself? But then you stay stuck at the same time. Another impact is emotional disconnect. So you will feel emotionally numb, or somebody would be crying in front of you, and you'd be just like, oh, okay. You can't really feel that empathy for other people anymore. Now, there's some people who feel overly empathizing, that someone will start telling them the story and they are crying already. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that coldness. And for the longest time, I felt like, okay, I just gone cold. Nothing impacts me. Somebody would die, and I'll be like, okay, he will die. So healing all those levels is what is required. It doesn't mean I'm just a very strong person. It means I have been through something so traumatic that I'm not even aware of that I actually went through that. Because on the surface, it wasn't that bad. Now, two other things I wanted to mention, that the physical changes that happen in our brain when we are going experiencing emotional abuse. So think of a child. If you did experiences as a child, I do know there are people who have experienced it from their mom or dad, from a grandma or an aunt or an older sibling. So what happens, our hippocampus changes its structure, so we don't experience, let me just make sure if I'm telling, we don't experience empathy to that level. So a child who have experienced emotional abuse is definitely becoming an adult who's very cold, and definitely is going to be an abuser unless they heal themselves. And this implies to all of us. Every single day, I am looking at myself. I am looking for these signs, where it's showing up, how I'm showing up, what is it that I'm saying, doing, thinking. Are there any more signs that I need to work on? And I'm always finding more to work on. So stay with this work. And another thing that end up happening, self-awareness gets distorted. So the prefrontal cortex and temporal lobes, they get impacted. There's a thinning of that area that happens with prolonged emotional abuse, that you won't even be aware of yourself. So have you ever, if you have experienced it yourself, or have you ever met a friend who everyone can see is in a very abusive situation? But when you meet with her, she's calm, she's normal, she's like, oh yeah, everything is fine. No, it's not that bad. No, yeah, sometimes it can be crazy, but no, it's good. So that person is not even aware of what's happening. I have been that myself. I can say it because I have been there myself. In coming out of it and doing the work, I realized that, oh my God, that is what was going on. That's why I felt so paralyzed, unable to move, and stayed stuck and felt so codependent. So these are this is what emotional abuse is. Now let's talk about how it impacts you, even outside of all the stuff that we're talking. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is how it impacts you energetically. So I want you to pay attention to all the things that you say to other people, to your kids, and including yourself. Once we have experienced abuse, we continue abusing ourselves. So pay very close attention. So let's say this is our physical body. This is my beautiful diagram. This is our emotional body. This is our energy body. And then there is the solar plexus chakra. So let's say if I am saying, you're so mean, you're so fat, you talk like that all the time. This is exactly what I'm doing with my word. I'm poking holes in your energy body. So when I'm poking holes in your energy body, your energy body is now susceptible to all these energies. I'm not talking about beings. I'm not talking about beings. There are elementals. These are energy bodies that just go and suck the energy from other people. So if we can generally find them in places where a lot of low energy stuff happens. So it could be bars, it could be clubs, because alcohol has very, very low energy. It actually sucks energy out of you. It could be hospitals where people are very sick. So they already have a lot of stuff going on in their on top of them. So let's say if you work in a hospital and you have a very abusive partner, you are walking into that place with a pokey aura. So those elementals get in, they are in your energy body now. They can start sucking the energy from your solar plexus. They can block it. They can start sucking from your crown chakra over here. They start sucking energy from all over you. You are going to feel so drained, so tired. No amount of energy drinks are going to help you. You would just feel so tired all the time. So same thing happened when we do this kind of stuff to our kids. They feel exactly the same way. So we cannot, it's our job to grow as a parent, that we are not emotionally abusing our child. We are not threatening them in any way. We need to grow. They don't need to grow. We need to grow, and we need to show up in a way where they feel safe around us. If I start threatening, then my child is not going to feel safe around me. I know it is very hard. I know I will get angry. I know I want him to listen to me, but all that work, I have to do it. It's not his responsibility. I'm the adult here. I need to do the work every single day. Another thing that I want to show you why psychologically you get impacted so much when you are around an abuser. So for those of you who have seen this diagram before, if you haven't, I'll just quickly go through it. So this is your body, this is your mind. This is a conscious mind, this is a subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is the feeling mind. Conscious mind is the thinking mind. So what happens when I throw these stabs at you, or somebody is throwing it on you? When somebody is calling names, they're gaslighting you, they're trying to control you, they're making fun of you, they are just saying all kind of threatening you. What happens in that moment? Your emotions wake up. So when your emotions wake up, your feeling mind is open. So whatever they are saying goes into your feeling mind, and it becomes part of your beliefs. That person literally hypnotized you with their words. So if a person has been telling you, you're so bad, you're so bad, you don't do this for me, you're so bad, and you're like, oh my God, I love you so much, why can't you see it? Right? It's all emotions involved. Your conscious mind is completely shut off. When your conscious mind shut off, you're literally an open bowl and you're going to take in everything that they are saying. So unconsciously, you start believing you are bad and you don't deserve something good. You're not worthy of having good. So you will stay stuck in that situation because unconsciously, you're not worthy. You're not worthy of having something wonderful. So you do stay stuck there. You don't come out of it. That becomes your belief. That's why the person who goes through it, they are withdrawn. They have low self-esteem. They don't they don't even want to be outside. They don't feel confident. They're afraid because their belief about them have completely changed. Now, if you experience emotional abuse in early childhood, then you become a very withdrawn person who has self-esteem issues, who has confidence issues, and then sometime your parents are just like, I don't know what's wrong with this kid. Like everybody else turned out okay. Like why this kid is like that? Sometimes they don't even realize what they did to you. Same goes for us. If I'm a parent and my child is struggling in their self-esteem and confidence level, and I'm just like, oh, let me just take my kid to a psychiatrist or a therapist and they can get help, but I never changed myself. The child lived around me. I need to also get help myself. If my child is experiencing that, it's coming from somewhere. They were not born with it. So I just wanted to show you this so you understand how psychologically it changes you. It changes your self-image. And physically, we talked about it, literally your brain structure changes, and then, energetically, your body start to feel drained. So what happens, we start to develop all kind of diseases, all kind of weird diseases that you have no idea where they come from. In extreme cases, it can also turn into cancer because then we start feeling resentment towards ourselves. Why am I not able to leave? But then at the same time, I cannot leave. I stay in the relationship because I just want to be a giving person. I just want to be the good person. We get stuck to all those things and it starts to take us downhill. So I took whole 30 minutes just to explain what it is and the damage that it does. Now let's talk about how to heal it. So first of all, I would say if at any point you have detected, oh my God, this is what you are experiencing, if possible, get the help of an expert. Yes, I will be sharing stuff with you, but if you can go for therapy, please go for therapy. If you can just talk to a counselor or social worker, please do that. If you can work with a coach who specializes in it, please go for that. If you want to work with me, please reach out to me so we can talk about it. Now, let's talk about if you're not able to do any of that, or if you're not ready, right now is not the time. And no matter what situation you're in, I have worked with people who were in a situation that they couldn't even get help. So I understand. What can you do right now all by yourself so you're at least starting? So first I'll talk about people who cannot leave. Whenever the person says anything towards you, anything, you're bad, you're wrong, what's wrong with you, like whatever ways they're throwing things at you, put your hand on your body. If possible, you can go to the bathroom right away and say, body, do not listen to it. Because your body's listening, your body's unconscious mind. So you go into your conscious mind instead of letting your feeling mind, your unconscious mind waking up, you become aware because you have learned this today. And you tell your body, body, don't listen to it. You are wonderful. It will sound weird. It will sound fake. but you tell yourself you are wonderful because your voice has more power than the voice of anybody else. If you keep saying it repeatedly to your body after every episode, during every episode, it's going to at least stop the damage, or at least you are not going to get, like, further damage, or it will stop and the repair process will start. Now I would tell you, uh my energy teacher, one of the masters that I have studied with pranic healing, she and her husband, they both are masters. And one thing that she told us about, which was so fascinating, they have like one of the most beautiful love that I have ever seen. But she said whenever he's teasing me and he's saying to me, because she's a healer and a coach herself, she understands these things. Even if he's just teasing me with love, I tell my body, body, don't listen to what he's saying. Body, you're wonderful, you're beautiful. And I was so inspired by that. If somebody who is so developed and who is so grounded in their energy, and their partner is wonderful too, they are showing up and they don't want even the tiny bit let go into their unconscious mind, into their body. That's inspiring. Like, that means it is so serious. So if you are surrounded in an environment like that, put your hand on your body and tell your body, no, you're wonderful, you're incredible. So that is first thing, that no matter where you are, whether you are still stuck in there or you have already left, start doing that more and more. When a memory comes, put your hand on your body and tell your body, you're amazing, you're wonderful. Do that. The second thing, sit down and make a list of characteristics that you love about yourself. You absolutely love about yourself. And then you also write down the characteristics that you would like to have. So, for example, my list is right there. It's Alia is intelligent, strong, incredible, abundant, consistent, open, confident, honest, enthusiastic, creative, punctual, reliable, positive, loyal, classic, elegant, healthy, committed, um, and some other stuff that I don't want to share. So come up with that list. Google what are the wonderful characteristics you would like to have. Once you have that list, we are getting ready to reprogram your unconscious mind. So all the garbage that has been going in, all the lies that have gone in, we are going to reprogram it. That's why we are one of the most powerful creation ever created. We have a programmable system within us. That's why a person can go through whatever they have gone through, come back up, stand tall, and restart their life. That is what we have. So you are going to reprogram your unconscious mind. It is going to increase your self esteem, it's going to increase your confidence, it's going to increase everything in your life, all the wonderful things that you want in your life. So then, once you have the list of those characteristics, then write I am statement. I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am powerful. But at least have 30 characteristics. That's what I'm telling you. Google it. Once you have your I am statements, then record it in your own voice, because your voice can heal you like nothing else can heal you. And my friends, human voice has the ability to heal. That's why way back in the day, people used to sing, and the sound of that singing would heal because it's frequency. Your own frequency can go in your body, in your cells, and it can heal you. We do have the solutions available right within us, with us. So then you're going to record that, and then you're going to listen to that recording as many times as you can. I personally listen to it in the morning. If I am washing dishes or doing something around like 4 p.m., I'll listen to it again. I'll listen to it at nighttime. There are days I keep listening to it multiple times. It really depends what I am experiencing, what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. That is what I want to remind myself. This is all the things that I am. And that repetition is going to um, change your subconscious mind. It's going to reprogram it. Now, you might ask, okay, Alia, how long I'm supposed to do that? There's no set number. You pay attention to when those characteristics start to become part of your reality. When one day you wake up and you start feeling beautiful. I have personally gone through a phase in my life when I felt ugly. I'm still in the process of writing that post, that the struggle that I went through. I did write about it a couple of times in the past, but I'm going to write about it with a new level of awareness, that how deep that was. At one point, I had to tell myself every single day, I am beautiful. I am beautiful. And right now, I feel I am one of the most beautiful women in the world. That is the image I have of myself. So you can reprogram, but you have to do that work for yourself. You can put a timer, do it once a day. But this is how you change it. Even if you go to a therapist, even if you work with me, this is what I'm going to tell you. No one can get in your head and clean up that. Your voice, your commitment to yourself can do that. So that is the next thing that you'll be doing. Now, how can you repair that energy body, like the energetical damage that you have experienced? So whether you are still living in that environment, whether you have come out of that environment, your energy body is not intact. That's why you go one step forward, two step back, one step forward, two step back. That's why most likely that's how you experience. Um, it took me the longest time to get rid of that uh, inner emotional pain that I had. It has such a hold on me. So I know what it takes to keep moving forward. So now this part is meditation. You might say, okay, Alia, I have no idea how to meditate. It's very easy, my friends. All you're going to do, you're going to sit down, you're going to close your eyes, and you're just going to focus on your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can even say it mentally in your mind. Inhale, exhale. And you can put up 2-minute timer, 5-minute timer, but do at least 20 minutes each day. And I'm going to explain to you why we do that. So that might convince you. So anytime that you start to meditate, when you focus on your breath, so when your focus is here, you're focusing on the force that is moving through you. The day you take your last breath, you're gone. You're not the person that we know you to be. Your breath is your life. It's the force that moves through you. When you focus on that life, you're not here. If you are not here, your brain is getting a chance to clean. Literally, your brain starts to clean because every thought that you think, it creates some pollutant in your brain chemistry. And when you focus on something else, brain gets a chance to like not actively just keep going in circles. It gets a chance to drain, and it it get it gets a chance to take a shower. The easiest way to put it. Because you're focusing on your breath. So when your brain gets clean, it starts to heal. Your awareness starts to become better. Your frontal cortex, your temporal, your hippocampus, they all start to heal. That is what's happening on a physical level. But another thing is happening. When you're focusing on your breath, all your chakras, they are starting to open up. So I'm just putting them as dots. Your chakras start to open up. So what's happening? Your energy is opening up. When you're focusing on that breath, you're becoming aware of the energy that moves through you like this. Towards the top, we all are connected with divine. You are becoming aware of that energy. So what's happening? You're literally plugging in. It's like I take a switch and I plug into the electricity. Now, because you are not stuck in your mind, because remember, mind is just an instrument that you have. It's not you. It's not all of you. We are so possessive of our mind and our ability to think, but it's not all of us. We are way bigger than our mind. So now you're plugged in and that energy is coming to you. That energy is coming to you. The more you get that energy, well, you're not focused here. You're just saying, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You're focusing on that. The energy is coming and your energy body that's around you start to get stronger and it starts to get repaired. That's why meditation, people who do meditate, they do have much healthier bodies compared to a person who's experiencing the same situation and is in this similar environment. We are not going to compare somebody who's working a very strenuous job and somebody who's not doing that much work. So we are not going to compare those two people. But if two people are in the same situation, one meditates and the other one doesn't, that's why people who meditate, they have better health because they have access to that energy that's coming down and it's repairing in them. So what happens? Energetically, they become stronger. So when someone throws something at them, it kind of bounces off. They don't even accept it anymore because the energy body is so strong. It cannot poke holes because there's no energetical weakness left. But this is something we have to do every single day. So the three things that we talked about, first is if you are living in that environment, put your hands on your body and tell your body, don't listen to that. This is who you are. You're incredible. You're wonderful. You're perfect. If you're already left, but the previous memories are coming, put your hands on your body and go into you're wonderful, you're perfect, all of that. Reprogram your subconscious mind, find the characteristics that you already have, the ones that you would like to have, create I am statements, record yourself, listen to it as much as you can. That is the best medicine you can give to yourself. You can go and get anxiety pills, you can go get depression pills. They will manage your brain chemistry for a while, but they cannot heal you. Healing will come from you. Your love for yourself, your dedication for yourself, even you just watching this for this long, that is what's going to heal you. And the second one is repairing your energy body through meditation. If you don't want to meditate, then learn energy healing or work with somebody who knows energy healing. They can clear it, but even at the end, they will tell you, hey, now you have to meditate to keep it. So what energy healing or meditation is, it's a etheric or energetical shower. So when our body gets dirty, it gets smelly, we go take a shower. So some people take shower once a day, some people take shower twice a day, depending on how icky they're feeling or what is their standard of cleanliness, right? And some people never take a shower, they take a shower after a week. But when we are talking about energy body, it works the same way. The places you have gone, the energies that you have picked up, it needs to be cleared. And a couple of ways you can clear it. One is you receive an energy healing. Okay, they cleared you, but you can't go for it every single day. So you have to do something yourself to keep it, to keep it clean. That is meditation. And another thing you can do is you can take regular table salt, not Epsom salt, not pink salt, regular table salt. After you take a shower, just rub it all over your body and rinse your body. That is also another way of keeping your energy body clear, but still you're going to need meditation because you want to be plugged in and pull in that energy and open your chakra and expand. That's why when people start meditating, they experience feeling very light. The feeling of feeling very light is coming because your energy body is expanding. You cannot feel it because maybe you have not worked on that skill of sensing energy. Like I can so if somebody's sitting there and they just started meditation and I'm just scanning it, literally my hand will get pushed way back because I have learned how to sense it. Um it's not magic. I mean, we all are magical. So this brings us to the end of our conversation. As I promised, it was going to be long, so it is long. And I am really trusting and hoping whoever is listening to it, if you have experienced emotional abuse, you would get help, or at least you will start taking these steps and you will make sure that you are healed so this trauma does not get passed over to the next generation, because we all have that responsibility. Yes, we all want to be angry and punch holes in the walls, but at the same time we all have the responsibility to heal ourselves so we don't pass it on. And if you feel you're ready to take this journey, please reach out to me. If you're watching this random recording on YouTube, just Google All the Other Love Coach and you'll find me. I'm sending you so much love and so much healing. And I'm sending you all the prayers and wishes and um, healing energy that you will be able to embody this the suggestions and act on it and live a very emotionally healthy life. Sending you a lot of love. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.